Attention, stations on the network. Our broadcast will begin in 2 minutes from my mark. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, mark. That was your 2-minute time check, stations. Attention, stations on the network. Our broadcast will begin in 1 minute from my mark. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, mark. That was your 1-minute time check, stations.
The following program is paid for by Learfield Bobcat Sports Properties.
On the Bobcat Sports Network from Learfield, this is Cat Chat with Matt Logie and Tricia Binford, presented by Montana's Rib and Chop House. Here's the voice of the Bobcats, Keaton Gillogly.
All right, hello, and welcome live to Montana's Rib and Chop House. I'm Keaton Gillogly, joined by head coach Matt Logie. We're going to talk with head coach Tricia Binford. We've got Chika Nduka in the house. We're going to be talking to Chika a little bit. And we have one of your stellar freshmen, Ella Johnson, joining the program a little bit later today as well. Coach, how we doing? How we feeling?
Doing well.
Yeah, another day and another practice and running through everything. And, man, busy week right now. This is the crunch time here with the Saturday, Monday, and then on the road Thursday, Saturday.
We are in the thick of it.
Yeah, no doubt. Busy weekend. Obviously, Cat Grizz on Saturday, so we had the doubleheader. The women got the win. Tough loss in the evening, but Caitlin Lamardo was hurt in that game. Things are sounding positive in that regard, so she's back home. And we'll talk with Coach Binford about that. But so far, all good news from Caitlin Lamardo and going down hard late in that game. If you are here today, again, I mentioned a little bit earlier, but we do have some raffle tickets for you. So if you want to win some prizes, we got some good stuff. We got a $30 gift card to Rib and Chop House. We got some shirts behind me that we're giving away, among some other good Bobcat gear. So during the next commercial break, if you are here and didn't get a raffle ticket, pop on up, and we will hand those things off to you so that you can win some good stuff. All right, Coach. Well, let's get into the week that was coming off a heck of a ball game last night, a 7-point win against Idaho State. And, you got the season sweep against the Bengals. That's no easy feat this year.
Yeah, no, I was really proud of the way our guys bounced back. Obviously, an emotional loss on Saturday and a quick turnaround, and it takes a lot of maturity and collective attitude to be able to turn your attention forward.
Yeah, the bounce back is something we've talked about a lot, and it's happened a lot. What about this team makes them resilient? Why are they able to bounce back after some of the low points we've seen?
Well, I think it's a credit to the character of the kids. All of these guys really enjoy playing for one another, and they enjoy playing for Montana State, and they understand that this is a process, and we're trying to become the best basketball team we can by mid-March. And so they've just kept their focus forward when we've fallen down and picked each other up, and we've seen some really impressive bounce backs because of that.
Yeah, you gave us a good line during our pregame interview before the Idaho State game. You said it's not about how far you fall, it's about how high you bounce after you do fall. Where'd you get that? Have you had that one for a while?
That was Coach Peppel, my grandfather. Yeah, that was one of his staples. He was a man of many cliches, and that was definitely one of them. And one of the other favorite ones that sticks with me is he said, "No one promised you a rose garden," and so here we are.
Yeah, it's hard, and it's certainly worth it. And, we've seen some great moments. This game against Idaho State was a strong one and a tough fight. But, for you, this is your third stop as a head coach now, moving up the ranks in the ladder each time. And you've had so much success in your career, but now here we are with this retooled roster and trying to put everything together. What's the toll of this season been like from your perspective in your 13th year as a head coach?
Well, it actually is kind of drawn me back to some of the experiences that I had also at the Division I level at Lehigh. That was a situation when I returned to Lehigh as an assistant coach for the second stint. The program had 10 freshmen and sophomores, and it really was a process to build a championship team. But by year 3, we accomplished that, and the year after that was when they beat Duke in the NCAA tournament. So I've been a part of a more process-oriented and not immediate gratification type experience like I was fortunate to have at the last couple stops. And, part of that's just the nature of the beast. And when the transitions occurred in previous years, the way the landscape of college basketball was and the teams that I inherited at those institutions were very different than, the situation we took over here where we had to put a new team together.
Yep. As we look back at this last week as well, the game against the Grizz, tremendous crowd, just a great atmosphere. Kudos to everybody who showed up on Saturday. Over 6,600 at the Brick. Your first opportunity to be a part of a Cat Grizz game, first opportunity with a near sellout of the Brick. How was that atmosphere for you guys?
Well, it's exciting. That was one of the things that drew me to this opportunity was the passionate fan base, the support of our community and our institution and our alumni and our fans. And that's what you dream about as a player and as a coach. And so it was great to get a taste of that. And I know our guys, will be hungry for the next opportunity as well.
Yeah, no doubt. All right, we're going to take a quick break, but when we get back, we'll dive a little deeper into this week, and then later we'll talk with Chika and Nduka before we jump into some women's basketball. We're taking a break from Montana's Rib and Chop House. You're listening to Cat Chat, presented by Learfield.
For every adventure and every mishap, Bozeman Health provides expert, personalized care to each person, going well beyond traditional health care. We're your partner in health and well-being, working together for your day-to-day and the decades to come. With care sites in Belgrade, Big Sky, and Bozeman, and with the only hospitals in the Gallatin Valley, Bozeman Health keeps your care close to home. Find a Bozeman Health provider today at bozemanhealth.org.
Hello, tomorrow. We may not know exactly what you've got in store for us, for our routines and our normals. But here's the thing. Turns out, we've got this. We haven't seen everything, but we have seen ourselves be more ready for whatever you bring than we thought we would be. So when it comes to tomorrow, bring on the day. First Interstate, built for you. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. Visit us at firstinterstate.com.
Are you craving more Bobcat basketball action? Join us every Tuesday night at the Rib and Chop House in Bozeman for the ultimate MSU basketball experience. Coaches Matt Logie and Tricia Binford are ready to spill the beans on all things Bobcat basketball. Plus, catch the inside scoop from new student-athlete guests each week. Don't miss out on an exclusive behind-the-scenes look into the Bobcat program. We've got exciting prizes, delicious food, and a chance to interact with the coaches. It all tips off at 6:30 every Tuesday at the Rib and Chop House. Cheer on our Cats and make it a night to remember.
You are a Bobcat fan, and your seat matters. Section 108, right in the middle. And a perfect view of the fast break, alley-oop, and slam dunk. At Kendall Ford of Bozeman, we're a proud supporter of Montana State Athletics. We're big fans of teamwork, dedication, and helping customers find the best deal on the perfect vehicle to fit their needs. Where you sit matters, as in the driver's seat. Get started at KendallFordBozeman.com. Kendall, let's start something great.
At Montana State University, students shape signature experiences that take them across the state and into local communities. MSU is dedicated to its land-grant mission, integrating transformational learning, discovery, and service that improves lives. You'll find our students teaching across Montana, conducting research in the heart of Yellowstone National Park, or even creating small shelter prototypes to address homelessness. Montana State University. Think outside.
With friendly customer service and an outstanding location near Montana State University and the base of the Bridger Mountain Range, Country Inn & Suites by Radisson is the perfect place to begin your Bozeman adventure. Country Inn & Suites offers a hot and delicious Be Our Guest breakfast buffet each morning. Free Wi-Fi is available throughout the property, and we have a business center and meeting rooms. Our indoor pool and hot tub is a great way to relax after a day of fun, and the on-site fitness center will keep your workout goals on track. We have spacious king and double queen suites with a full-size sleeper sofa available, and every room in Country Inn & Suites is smoke-free. Reserve your room today.
No matter how far you may go, there's always one just down the road. Town Pump, ooh, pump it up.
Join the Town Pump Fountain and Coffee Club with Pump It Up rewards. Buy 5 of any size fountain drink or coffee and get your 6th free. It pays to be a Pump It Up rewards member. Town Pump, convenient and right down the road.
Town Pump, right down the road. Pump it up, oh yeah.
We are back at Montana's Ribbon Chop House for Cat Chat. Pleasure to see everybody here. We remind you that at Montana's Ribbon Chop House, our staff is dedicated to creating extraordinary experiences that raise the bar in each of our communities. Enjoy premium steaks, fresh seafood, and award-winning baby back ribs. We look forward to sharing a little Rocky Mountain hospitality with you. Keaton Gillogly alongside head coach Matt Logie. We're going to talk with Chika Nduka coming up in the next segment. But, Coach, I want to talk about the end of this game against Idaho State. It was a 77-70 win. Had the 17-point lead there with about 5 or 6 minutes to go, but they turned up the pressure. Eddie Turner was unavailable in that second half, and that was a tough grind, but you guys got it done.
Yeah, I thought our guys really persevered. We had, some guys really step up off the bench and play extended minutes, and, credit Jed Miller jumping in there with, 6-7 minutes to go and handling the basketball for us and knocking down free throws, and just another example of next man up and kind of the mentality that it takes to get through conference play.
Yeah, it was nice to see the way the bench went to work in this game, especially after really not producing a ton in the Montana game. What went into that? I mean, was there anything that you were able to make a change, or was it just guys executing a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, I think, you learn from every experience. I thought we probably could have used our bench more on Saturday. In the moment, you kind of go with the guys that have got you there, and going into this week with 4 games in 8 days, I knew that it was going to be important that we get more from our bench, and so it was great that Sam and Jaden and Chika were able to step up and ring the bell like that.
Yeah, well, let's talk about Chika Nduka a little bit. He's going to be our guest here in a moment, but another Seattle guy, so kind of up from your neck of the woods, and now here he is, and it was fun watching him work. I thought a lot of times in that game last night we saw some incredible interior passing, just like kind of from that free throw line down to that restricted area. It seemed like guys had just absolutely tremendous vision in that area.
Yeah, one of the things that Chika and Sam both do a really great job of is pass the basketball and make their teammates better. And so when you get them on the floor together like they were in some of those moments yesterday, they were able to play off of each other. And, Idaho State went to the zone for a little bit to try to change things up, and they did a really good job of finding the gaps and the holes and pulling them back out of that.
Yeah. Well, tell us a little more about Chika, how you found him. I mean, almost everybody on this roster, we're going to have a story about how you found that needle in the haystack toward the end of the transfer portal. But what were some of the things you saw in him, and why did you decide to bring him into the Bobcat family? Yeah,
well, it's kind of a long story. We actually crossed paths with Chika and his family during my time at Point Loma. He came to one of our elite camps down there. We had another player from his high school, Eastside Catholic, in our program at Point Loma, and so we're familiar with Chika a little bit from that experience. Obviously, he then goes on to the University of Portland and just really earned his stripes. Started his career as a walk-on at Portland, and then was starting as a freshman, in the WCC, and averaged almost double figures for a nice stretch of that play, and it was just one of those stories that I was following because of all the common relationships. And so when I got the job and he was in the transfer portal, I think we made contact the day before he took a visit to another school in this league, and he said, yeah, I want to come check it out. And so, because of all that familiarity and the trust and the experiences that some of his, former teammates had with our basketball family, things came together real quickly.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy just how much, those connections, those relationships you build even 3, 4, 5 years ago come into play now in those moments. That's got to be a heavy burden to carry when you're building all those relationships constantly.
Well, that's the joy of coaching. I mean, I think most of us got into coaching because of the relationships, and so you never know how those are going to bear fruit. And obviously, Chika's come in, and he was our first commit. He was the guy that signed up sight unseen, not knowing who his teammates were going to be, and just said, I believe in you, and I believe in this place. And let's go to battle and get this thing going. So certainly excited to have him, and I'm really thrilled for the type of season that he's had so far.
Yeah. The other thing I find interesting, too, is you've talked about a lot of the guys that have come in now, especially with your background going from, first you were assistant at D1, played D1, but, to go head coach D3, head coach D2, to come over here. Guys you were recruiting, guys you were scouting at the D2 level, now you're able to bring here to the D1 level, and they're able to perform. And it kind of leads to some of that gray area you were talking about, but just the ability to say, hey, we can identify guys that we think we can get here at D2, but now here we are at D1, and they're performing brilliantly.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of it comes down to fit. I think Chika has a very unique skill set for a player his size. He can defend a lot of different positions. He's a good passer, plays with great spirit and passion and toughness, and those are all winning traits, And so, we look for that. We look for that fit, and then we take great pride in developing players too. It's not about necessarily always what they are when they come into our program, but what do they look like when they leave our program?
Yeah, that's a really good point. I mean, we've talked about that on the football side too, how important it is to develop players over time at this level. And what are some of the keys in terms of developing players, kind of generally, especially when you're trying to identify a guy and you see that flash, but how do you make that flash the consistent level of play we see?
Well, it starts with their work ethic and their process. We really hammer home a lot of fundamentals. The drills that we do in practice, the prescriptions for shooting that we give them in the summertime. Those are all based in meat and potato fundamentals. And when you focus on those things over time and put the time in, you can't hide that hard work. The light's going to shine on it eventually. And so we've seen great growth in our players over the years because of that. Guys that we recruited at the Division III level at Whitworth that couldn't even get a scholarship coming out of high school. Where a few of those guys played professionally at the end of those 4 years of development, and that's a pretty vast spectrum to cross, in just 4 years. And so we take great pride in that process, and I think for players out there, this is a place where you can become the best version of yourself.
Yeah, that's a good message to future Bobcats who no doubt will be meeting over the coming years. All right, Coach, Sac State coming up on Thursday. We've got an early flight tomorrow to get out to the West Coast. Then it's Portland State. Quick top-line items on this Sac State team. Bobcats got an incredible performance from Raekwon Battle down there last year to get the win. And once again, they've got great size, and they're great on the glass.
Yeah, a lot of carbon copy in terms of their personnel strengths and design as a team to what you saw with Idaho State. They played dual posts, very physical on the glass, really try to pound you inside. And then obviously, we have more of a speed and speed advantage and pressure and try to turn you over. And so, again, kind of the tail of that tape will be very interesting to see. But if we could rebound the basketball and get out and play our style on offense like we have the last few games, I like our chances.
All right, looking forward to it. That's 7 o'clock tip Mountain Time on Thursday. We'll be on the air for that at 6:30. All right, you know what you're going to order up yet for dinner?
Of course.
What'd you get?
Filet.
All right, I love to hear it. So he's going to go sit down and eat his filet at the Ribbon Chop House, and we're going to talk to Chika and Nduka coming up after this timeout. We're taking a break from the Ribbon Chop House. You're listening to Cat Chat, presented by Learfield.
Town & Country Foods is a proud supporter of Bobcat Athletics. As a locally owned company, we believe the benefit of buying local helps support the local economies in southwest Montana. Our stores offer great selections of items you need every day, including organics, specialty foods, fresh meats and produce, along with incredible selections from our bakery and deli departments. Town & Country Foods is 100% employee-owned and serves southwest Montana with 8 locations. Visit your local Town & Country Foods today. Go Cats!
At Montana State University, students shape signature experiences that take them across the state and into local communities. MSU is dedicated to its land grant mission, integrating transformational learning, discovery, and service that improves lives. You'll find our students teaching across Montana, conducting research in the heart of Yellowstone National Park, or even creating small shelter prototypes to address homelessness. Montana State University. Think outside.
At Jersey Mike's, watching them freshly slice the meat and cheese for my sub is a sight to behold. The layers of ham, salami, and pepperoni are even more glorious than the pink and orange layers of a sunrise. Yeah, the sun's pretty and all that, but in about 7 billion years it's going to explode, obliterating the earth and every living thing on it. And if there's no sun, there's no subs. Meanwhile, the only thing a sub ever obliterated was my hunger. Freshly sliced right in front of you. It's a Jersey Mike's thing, a sub above.
Working from home has definitely put home projects into overdrive. New landscaping, gardens, patios, and fences. But if you're digging, you're contacting 811. Utility lines, including Northwestern Energy's, can be buried even just a few inches underground, and hitting one can be dangerous. The best way to keep you, the community, and your contractor crew safe is by having lines properly marked. Make your request online at least 2 full business days before you want to dig at call811.com.
Ready to build your brand? Think Inc. outside the box for your complete branding solutions. Located in Bozeman, Montana, we offer a full print shop for banners, signs, wraps, trade show booths and graphics, promotional products, and much more. If you can think it, we can ink it. We are a proud supporter and corporate sponsor of the MSU Bobcats. Like us on Facebook to see some of our cat wraps. Ready to build your brand? Think Inc. and call us at 406-922-6462 or visit us on the web at inkoutside.com.
The Gallatin Valley is thriving, and Bozeman is not only a destination for families to live, work, and play, it's also a destination for businesses. The Bozeman Area Chamber of Commerce is a great way to get involved in Bozeman's thriving business community. The Bozeman Chamber Economic Partnership assists existing businesses through expansion, grows new companies in our community, and attracts fresh opportunities for Gallatin County. Bozeman, our community, a jewel among the Northern Rockies. For more information, go to bozemanchamber.com.
We are back at Montana's Ribbon Chop House for Cat Chat. A pleasure to see everybody here. We remind you that Universal Athletic has been a proud supporter of Bobcat Athletics for over 45 years. Shop their great selection of Bobcat apparel and accessories for all your game day needs. Shop in-store at their North 7th Avenue location or online at shop.msubobcats.com. Go Cats! I'm Keaton Gillogly, joined now by one of the newest Bobcats, Chika Nduka. Chika, how we doing? How we feeling?
Doing good. How are you, man?
I'm doing well. I got your name right?
Yeah, you got it right.
All right, good. Thank goodness, because I've been saying it a lot, so wanted to make sure we had that. So how we doing, man? Kind of getting into the rhythm of the season here, coming off Cat Grizz. First of all, what'd you think of that crowd for Cat Grizz?
That was a great environment. Man, I never had anything like that at my old school, so just walking in that environment, I was kind of shocked when I seen all the fans in the stands. You know, it was great. I'm looking forward to it for next year too.
Yeah, no doubt. We still got to go. Still got to go over there, and I promise they will be ready, but they will not be as nice.
Yeah, I'm ready for that.
You know, you're from Seattle, so you're from a bigger area. What were some of the biggest crowds you got when you were in high school playing ball?
High school, every time we played like Garfield, coached by Brandon Roy, that was always a good atmosphere. Yeah. You know, everyone came out to those games, but it was nothing like Cat Grizz.
Yeah,
like it was good for a high school environment, but like Cat Grizz was just. It's probably like one of the best environments I've been in, like playing college basketball so far.
Yeah. How was the student section too? You hear them? They were hooping and hollering?
Yeah, they're going crazy. I liked it.
Yeah, they're pretty well organized over there on that side of the hoop.
Yeah, for sure.
Sure. Now we got a number of Seattle area kids here too. Eddie Turner, obviously Coach Logie's from that area. So were you familiar with Eddie's game at all when you guys were in high school?
Yeah, I actually played against Eddie. I don't really like talking about it too much because I played him in the state tournament. My freshman year, I think he was a senior.
Yeah.
And, I think he had 15 points in, the state semifinals against us. And, he always lets me hear about it all the time.
Yeah, he told us, too, about beating Rob as well from when they came up from Portland. So sounds like he kind of had the best of some guys when he was in high school.
Yeah, he for sure did. He for sure did.
Yeah. How similar is his game now compared to the way he was scoring in high school?
It actually a lot of similar. He was getting to the cup, finding others, picking up guys full court. I remember I always have to set screens on the guards because he was always pressuring them full court, and I would try to hit him to get him away from the guards all the time. And he's doing that again like a couple years later. So it's funny to see that.
Right. Yeah. When he hasn't even really had a chance to play a ton between then and now with all the injuries he had at Columbia. But it's got to be fun, especially with a couple of big games he's had, a couple of 18-point performances where, I mean, it seems like he's just laser focused in some of those moments. It's got to be fun to watch that.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun watching, especially like coming from the same era as me. I always like seeing guys like just blossom. Like coming from injuries and just always just trying to be better.
Right.
Just happy to see that for him.
Yeah. Is there a style of ball that comes out of Seattle? Is there like anything you could point to or no?
I just feel like a lot of Seattle guys got like chip on their shoulders. So like I feel like just even Eddie, like he's just always trying to prove everyone wrong, prove them like he can do this.
Yeah.
So it's happy to see that.
Yeah. So you proving guys wrong?
I like to say so. I feel like I wasn't supposed to be here, so I just just coming in and playing with a chip on my shoulder, and I feel like it's led me this far.
Yeah. Well, where were you supposed to be? Were people telling you couldn't be up here at the D1 level like this, the Big Sky?
Yeah, some people. Yeah.
Yeah. But now here you are. I mean, how'd you get here? Was it just belief in yourself? Was it the work in your game? Was it other people believing in you? I mean, what was it?
I went to prep school out of high school, so a lot of people don't know that. But I went to prep school, and then as Coach Logie mentioned, I walked on at Portland.
Yeah.
So I wasn't really I didn't know if I was gonna play college ball for real. I kind of just bet on myself and just kept working. Kept working even when some days it was hard. Some days I wasn't getting the looks I thought I should be getting, or my friends were getting, my peers was getting. I just stayed working.
Yeah.
Just believed.
Was there something people were telling you that you needed to do better in order to reach these goals, or do you not get as much feedback as maybe you want?
To be honest, it was a lot of different things. It was just kind of it was during COVID, so it was hard for coaches to come watch because of COVID.
Because you graduated high school, 2020?
2020, yeah.
Okay, so you would have had your high school graduation taken away from you because of the pandemic.
Yeah, I had to graduate in a car.
Yep.
We had to drive around a parking lot and yeah, it was.
Oh yeah, I remember those. Yeah, not fun.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean that breaks it up. That hurts the coaches being able to see it, and even that next year was still very touch and go with what people could do and what they couldn't to come see people.
Yeah, for sure.
So okay, but you find an opportunity, get the opportunity to go prove yourself at Portland. So were you walk on 2 years there at Portland?
Yeah, 2 years. Over there.
And now you get a chance to come here and. Scholarship, right?
Yeah.
So now you're here. You're on the scholarship. You're D1, and getting out there and had a heck of a ball game on Saturday or on Monday against Idaho State.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, it was fun to watch you play, and really fun to watch the bench kind of get into it. I know we didn't see a ton of production from you guys in that Montana game. Is that something you kind of took personally, and you wanted to go out and put that production together on Monday?
Yeah, for sure. It always come after a loss. It's tough, especially when you don't think you played your best. But one thing the coaches always tell us, there's always another game. So I wanted to make sure I came out ready to go against Idaho State, and brought the energy I usually bring for our team.
Yeah. Well, and we talked to Coach Logie about some of the interior passing, but I think one of my favorite plays from that game was that Lekalot bounce pass down to you when you were underneath. That was beautiful. What did you see on that play?
It was good, man. Stan, he stayed ready. He's always a guy I had a battle against in the summer. One of my teammates I love going to war with. I can count on him. So just him staying ready, and just capitalizing on his opportunity last night was big for us.
Yeah, well, and he seemed to have an extra spring in his step, an extra little jump as well.
Yeah.
But 5 points, 5 boards, 4 assists. He was getting after it. It must have been fun seeing him do that.
It was fun. It was fun seeing him. Yeah, me and him, he's my guy. It was fun seeing him do that last night.
Yeah, it was fun, man. When we had him on the show here a little bit earlier this year as well, and it was fun talking to him. And it was cool too because there was obviously so much change, and Coach mentioned you were one of the first recruits or commits who were coming out of the portal here. But, Lekalot told us he was just too hard-headed. There was no chance he was leaving. He's stubborn. He's sticking around here. What was it like stepping into this role where there's some guys here who have won some championships, but maybe they weren't the starters or the key guy playing 35 minutes. But how did they welcome you guys in while you kind of brought your own personality to create this new culture we have?
They were welcoming from the start, on the court, obviously, we had to, earn, battle. We had some days where we were going at it, but, that's just basketball, But, they were welcoming, they were helping us out showing us around campus, just getting us comfortable with the system, getting comfortable with Montana, They made it pretty easy coming in,
So, you comfortable in Bozeman now?
Yeah, now I can say I'm comfortable.
Now that you got through the negative 30?
Yeah, that was probably – I never had that before.
No.
That was different.
No, not up in Seattle, not up in Portland. But one thing we have here that you don't have in the Pacific Northwest is sunshine.
Okay, that is true.
Yes,
that is true.
We got plenty of that here.
There's a little bit of sunshine.
Yeah, we'll take that.
a little bit of sunshine.
Final thing I wanted to talk to you about, too. Great video with you and Jed Miller out on social yesterday. You're laughing already. I don't know if people saw it. Some people did. It was the man on the street style. So Chika and Jed Miller, they had a little microphone. Yeah, you saw it. Had a little microphone in their hand. They went around, saw some of their students. Hey, you coming to the game? You like basketball? How was that? It looked like it was a lot of fun.
No, it was fun. It was fun. At first, I heard about it. I didn't really know how it was going to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, my coach was like, let's do it. It'll be fun. So
yeah.
It actually ended up being pretty fun.
Yeah. How did you and Jed, how were you guys, the guys that got picked to do this?
I think we just the most like social guys on the team. So
okay.
They picked us, So I was like, okay, let's do it.
Yeah. Now we saw certainly the highlights, and I think a few bloopers on that. Were there any other good bloopers? I mean, was it kind of hard to get people going? Like, how many people did you talk to versus the amount of people we saw in the video?
I think we talked to I want to say around 30, 40 students.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. There was definitely some bloopers they left out for sure. Probably best, but it was fun. It was a fun experience. I'll probably do it again. Maybe.
Okay.
We'll see.
Yeah. So did you end up seeing anybody you talked to at the game? Did you notice anybody that did show up?
To be honest, I didn't really check.
Yeah.
I think I was too focused on the game.
That makes sense.
Yeah, but I think my coach, Coach Smith, he told me he's seen some people.
He did?
Yeah,
okay,
that was good.
Yeah, Julius Smith. Yeah,
he told me he's seen some people. So
yeah, he was up here. He was on this show too. We talked to him. He was fun, man. We we talked about his nickname, Juice. Certainly seems like it's a good nickname. Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably a perfect nickname for him. Perfect.
Yeah. What's it like for you as a player? I mean, I imagine you come off a tough test, or I don't know, somebody's not texting you back or whatever, and you see that smiling face of Juice, Julius Smith in practice. What is that like?
It's great. That's my guy. He's always lighting the mood, whenever you're feeling, if you see him, he's going to put a smile or make you laugh, regardless of what's going on in your life.
Yeah.
So it's always good to have someone like that. I feel like every team needs to have someone like that, and he brings the juice for sure. That's the best nickname for him, I feel like.
Yeah. I mean, it does kind of sound cliche. Oh, we just need somebody to, stay even-keeled, but it is a real thing. I mean, are there days you walk into practice and you're like, shoot, man, this is going to be a tough one, and then it kind of flips with the energy there?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Okay, good. It does happen. We're human. That's okay. I mean, but that's part of it. And, when we talk about the resiliency and the up and the down of the season and coming off an up here after a quick turnaround, I'll ask you the same question I asked Coach Logie, but, why? Why does this team have the makings of a team that can bounce back and be so resilient to keep this thing going in the right direction, sit tight for third conference?
Yeah, I thought we all just got a chip on our shoulder. We all just want to win. You don't care how it looks. You just all want to just combine and bring it together and win. So I feel like even after losses we have, we come together as a team and just trying to win. We know it's winning's much more fun than losing. So you like that more. So we all want to do what it takes to win.
No doubt. Well, this opportunity to win is on Thursday at Sac State. Looking forward to it.
Yep, sounds good.
All right, Chika and Nduka joining the show. Appreciate the time. All right, we're taking a break. When we come back, we'll transition to some women's basketball. You're listening to Cat Chat, presented by Learfield.
For every peak, valley, and plateau, for every mishap and every adventure, for every Montanan in every season of life, Bozeman Health is here to deliver care with quality, compassion, and respect. Because we see you as more than the patient you are today. We look to what's on the horizon for you and our community over the decades to come. That's care beyond care. Well beyond Bozeman Health.
With friendly customer service and an outstanding location near Montana State University in the base of the Bridger Mountain Range, Country Inn & Suites by Radisson is the perfect place to begin your Bozeman adventure. Country Inn & Suites offers a hot and delicious Be Our Guest breakfast buffet each morning. Free Wi-Fi is available throughout the property, and we have a business center and meeting rooms. Our indoor pool and hot tub is a great way to relax after a day of fun, and the on-site fitness center will keep your workout goals on track. We have spacious king and double queen suites with a full-size sleeper sofa available, and every room in Country Inn & Suites is smoke-free. Reserve your room today.
Join Town Pump's Pump It Up Rewards Plus program and never pay full price for fuel again.
Save 5 cents on every gallon every day at any Town Pump across Montana.
Plus, earn and redeem points on your favorite in-store items to get free stuff with our clubs.
Stop in and pick up a rewards card. Download the Pump It Up Rewards Plus app today.
Or visit townpump.com/rewards to register and start saving.
Right down the road, pump it up, yeah.
What does it mean to be locally owned and operated? For Cenex, it means everything. It means that we know if you take your coffee to go or if you like to stay a while. It means we've helped Little Leagues get jerseys and local festivals get funding. It means we know what our communities need. So you'll always leave Cenex with a full tank, full of snacks, or full of smiles. Or all of the above. And that means the world to us. Cenex, powered locally.
Rocky Mountain Credit Union has supported Montana State athletics for over 40 years and provides a local credit union for past, present, and future Bobcats. You can have it all with RMCU. Low rates, local banking, a place to start saving, or work on building your credit. Visit your local branch or online at rmcu.net to become a member today. That's rmcu.net. Go Bobcats!
Morning people wake up for peace and quiet. McDonald's breakfast people, we wake up for the sweet rush of getting that warm, delicious breakfast right before it ends.
And what's better than waking up to a toasty sausage McMuffin or sweet, savory sausage McGriddles? Waking up to 2. Because when you buy one, you can get another for $1. You can even mix and match. Price and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Valid for item of equal or lesser value.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Back on Cat Chat before we talk with head coach Tricia Binford. Let's pause 10 seconds for our network station identification. You're listening to Cat Chat.
AM 1450 KMMS, Bozeman, 1340 KPRK Livingston, where Montana talks.
I'm Keaton Gillogly alongside head coach Tricia Binford, and we are back at Montana's Rib and Chop House. All right, we've talked some men's hoops, and now it's time to talk some women's basketball with Coach Binford. Coach, you guys just got back from Pocatello today. How you doing? How you feeling after that?
We're doing good. We're recharging.
Yep, that sounds about right. So you guys taking today off then, or?
We did, yeah.
Okay.
We used this as a travel day, got some sleep last night, and we'll have the day prepped tomorrow for SAC, so it's going to be a quick turnaround.
Yeah, on a scale from 1 to a bazillion, how excited are you to be back at home for 2 games?
We're always excited to be back home. Our crowd is phenomenal. They're amazing, and it's great to be in your own bed.
Yeah, no doubt. And on Thursday, going up against a team that you shared the Big Sky Championship with last year, and we'll get into some details in that regard, but I do want to talk about this last weekend. Do want to get into the Cat Grizz game, but first, just Caitlin Lomardo, she's doing all right?
She is getting better every day, so thank you for the tremendous support and prayers from our community. It was a very scary situation, and fortunately, really good news on the outcome, and first responders, and I think everybody, that was the quietest I've ever heard the Brick.
Yeah.
But she's progressing every day really well, so we're really thankful.
Good. So we're probably not looking at like a season-ending situation here? Or?
Definitely not.
Okay.
No, she'll be back this season for sure.
Good. So that's all positive. And we should shout out your athletic trainer, too, Hannah Blair. She was right there.
Hannah was fantastic.
And this is what you trained for.
Yeah, for sure. Hannah was on call. Unfortunately, she's gotten a lot of learning this year with our team. She's like, oh, my gosh. Did not know what she was getting into, and she has been just great. She's handled every situation extremely well. She was right there. Dr. Wills was right there from Bozeman Health, and so we had all the right people there immediately. I thought the official did a tremendous job just kind of on this situation, clearing everybody away from KJ just to make sure, and glad that we were cautious, doing things right, and it just took a little bit of time, but most importantly, she's well.
Yeah, and this is why we've got the trained professionals there. This is why we have people and an athletic trainer. And
absolutely.
I mean, shoot, when you were playing in your days, did you guys have a strength coach or an athletic trainer that was traveling with you guys?
We did.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay. I know not everybody did.
Really?
Oh yeah, no. Yeah,
well, I'm not that old.
I'm just saying. I've heard other stories. I'm just making sure.
No, we our trainer traveled everywhere with us. So.
Yeah, I've definitely seen some other lower end spots where sometimes that's not even the case,
Yeah.
So it's nice to have those resources.
Yeah, having the doctors on call in the building, that's terrific. That's extremely important, and it was in the right corner. So with our first responders being right there, it was great.
Good. Well, that means we get to talk about this ball game and a win against the Grizz, which
Absolutely.
is always a pleasure.
Yeah.
Yes. How about that? That is 10 straight at home against the Grizz. You got to be proud of protecting that home floor.
Well, it's all you fans, right? So we get up for our fans and our community, and protecting the brick is a priority for us. We take a lot of pride in that, and we started off that game exactly how we planned, I'll just say.
Yeah, I mean, that was quite the quick punch that the Grizz landed early in that game. I mean, they were hitting shots. They've got some tremendous shot makers. They're very skilled, but once again, we just saw no panic from your team. Where does that come from? Why does this team not panic when you do get punched in the mouth like that at the start of a ball game?
Well, I think from day one they've learned how to fight and play really, really hard. Probably our preseason schedule is a part of that. Upperclassmen training underclassmen the summer. Our scout guys, our scout team is very fast, very long, very athletic. So that's been a resiliency about this team from day one. But then there was 2 additional timeouts in the first quarter that I don't typically take. And, I think the quick trigger from them was what got our attention. We prepared for them to shoot the 3 ball, where they were going to get the threes. And they just got them off super quick and got the attention. As soon as we tightened that up, we started chipping away. So really took a moment to get our crowd into it because we were coming from so much behind. But once you started seeing us chip away and it got a little bit more noisy and the energy and the crowd noise, it was fantastic.
Yeah, it's amazing how quickly that momentum can flip. It starts rolling downhill and it really gets going.
Yeah.
And, we saw some of that from your offense in the second half. Shot like 45% from the field in the second half. Seemed like everybody was kind of getting involved. When you do get the offense rolling, because we've seen some good ceilings from that side of the ball. What is working? What are the highlights of this offense when it's operating at its best?
Well, we had 4 kids in double digits. That's huge. I think what's happening for us when we're at our best, it's the rotation. You're getting contributions from your bench. We got Ella Johnson tonight in here. She just continues to get better and better every night. She's going out and she's swatting, she's blocking, she's getting attack-minded. But our rotation of keeping some fresh legs on the floor, who we are defensively, we have to have bodies to do that. We're not going to be a 2-3 zone, pack it in, and, just play a saggy defense. We want to pick you up. We want to be aggressive. We want to be disruptive, but it takes some legs to do that. So we have to have consistency from everybody throughout our lineup, and that was the key in that game, not only on the defensive end, but also the offensive end. I thought kids just had great composure. I thought it started with Natalie Picton.
Oh, yeah.
There were a lot of press breaking. They kind of changed up some looks on us, and Natalie handled it. We talked early in the week about when you attack, when you get it back, when you organize. We had a couple that we didn't organize, and we took some average shots, but that was one of our better games as far as shot selection, and kids just really stepping up and knocking down some shots.
Yeah, you mentioned Natalie Picton. That was so much fun to watch her play defensively. I know she wears a Bobcat uniform on the outside, but she's clearly got that dog in her. And
Sure does.
There was like 2 or 3 plays where, look, these aren't things that you can always see on the stat sheet. She didn't get credit for a steal, but, there was that one play kind of up, I think it was at the end of the first quarter, where she was up near the half-court line pressuring the ball, and that forced a moving screen and forces the turnover. There was the other time later in the game where, she's pressuring a ball handler down on the baseline and gets that ball handler to step on the baseline, and now you got another turnover. It was just so impressive to watch her motor, her effort, and really, just how fundamentally sound she is to be able to guard without fouling. How rare is it to talk to a freshman where you're not trying to preach that?
Yeah, for sure. I'm like, in that moving screen was a big one because that ended up on G. Feller, and she had some really foul trouble. And those are the tricky ones, right? So you're trying to hear the screen, you're trying to see the angle of the screen, and her instincts on changing her directions as far as where she's sending the ball. I'm like, she just came off of last night that they were literally a laser trying to get to her, and they could not hit her. They ended up hitting her without anything called, but that's another story. But the fact that she is so quick to changing her directions when they're trying to go get her is one of the best I've ever seen. So she is very, very good defensively, and kind of starts us rolling in all those elements with her in that backcourt.
Yeah, was that what she was like in high school? Is this why you recruited her?
So Sunny is the one that got to see her live.
Okay.
I only saw film. She was a late sign for us last fall, and Sunny really got to go to one tournament to see multiple games, and her dad was her coach. She kept coming back to Natalie because we were also looking for a post, and she came back. She's like, I think this is the kid, everything that we're talking about, and then saw the film from what Sonny was talking about, and fortunately we were able to get him on the visit, and she's just continued to progress and get better and better every day.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, we've said it about a couple different players, but where would you be without Natalie Picton at this point? So
yeah,
she's been
absolutely.
indispensable.
Yeah.
Another player where would you be without her is obviously Madison Hall, and she really she had basically the game-winning sequence. She took the charge, went down to the other side, finished a tough bucket, and then Lamardo had what was basically the game-clinching rebound before the injury. But Madison Hall, man, that last bucket she made, she was getting draped all over. She was beat up. She was banged up. She was bleeding from her elbow and still found a way to put in the game-winning field goal.
Yes, so she is starting to put some elbow sleeves on, just FYI for everybody.
That's not soft. You can do it.
Hannah's very busy on the sideline when you have 20 seconds on all the blood every time she takes a hit. And, so I'm pretty sure she took at least 3 charges this game.
Yep.
I still think it was 4, so I'm going to have to watch that back. Danielle's correcting me. One of the things we were emphasizing was attacking the penetration, and Jack does it the best of anybody I've seen on that, and that was another key for us in this game as far as our chipping away and really drawing some fouls and getting the possessions in our favor. But I'll tell you what, shooting free throws after a 20-minute delay with the emotion of what was going on, not knowing KJ's situation, the bench with tears, they go through a prayer. And then we had a discussion with the team, and I think she was the one that said it, but one of them said, we are finishing this for KJ. And she walked to the line, and I didn't even see the first free throw because I was talking to the bench about something, and then I looked up and saw her hit the first one, drain the second, and, just kind of a calmness in her as far as what's been asked of her this season, and the change of mind of suiting up. It's just been amazing to see, and I know KJ was obviously grateful that Jack wanted to do that on her behalf. But what a moment that was!
Yeah, and it was crazy too. Even while she was in the huddle before Montana's final possession, before the injury, just watching her. While she's on the bench, she's got her arm right in Hannah's arms, and she's getting it taped up. She's craning her neck around, trying to see what's going on. She had that look on her eye. I mean, she looked like a boxer in her corner, just getting taped up and bandaged up. It's so rare to see that type of just focus like that. It's an incredible sight. That was just one of those moments that seemed to epitomize what Madison Hall can be.
Well, you'll have to ask Ella about her because when you come back from that road trip previously, and you have the week to prepare for your first Cat Grizz experience, and we have some reminders in the wall in the locker room.
Your own bulletin board material.
We started getting the attention for the newcomers by Monday, and because I'm like, they don't know what this is about yet. But by Thursday, I'm like, I'm starting to feel pretty good about where our minds were getting. But when you have a Madison Jackson, you got a KJ, you got a Taylor, those been in those situations before, Lexi Deaton, your underclassmen are going to understand the writing on the wall of being ready for this game and what it's going to be like in the brick. So Jack has just experienced so many of them, and she's lived them at a very elite level. Great players play for those moments, and she's certainly one of them.
Yeah, so awesome to see. All right, so coming up this weekend, Thursday, 7 o'clock against Sac State. Saturday, 2 o'clock against Portland State. You got a bone to pick with both of these teams. Shared the title with Sac State. Portland State was the team that beat you in the Big Sky tournament. But starting with this Sac State team, what's going to be the key to success on Thursday?
They're a whole new coaching staff. Tons of new players. So the biggest thing initially is our kids just getting really familiar with the action right from the start. This is a team that goes a lot through their guard play. Their point guard's very, very quick. I think the crowd's going to love the dynamic of the 2 point guards going head-to-head because she's very quick as well. And really for us, I think it comes back. We always go back to this is going to be about us duplicating the energy on the defensive end so we can get some stops, create some steals and turnovers. And, more than the opponent of Sac State is can we control possessions here? We weren't able to do those Monday. We need to get back to dominating possessions on forcing mistakes, taking care of the basketball, getting out and run, but getting some additional pieces, rebounding it while we still don't have KJ in the rotation. So we're going to challenge our kids to pick up a couple extra rebounds here and there.
Yeah, well, one of those kids who's going to be picking up some rebounds, no doubt, is Ella Johnson, and that's who we will be talking to coming up next.
That
Coach,
sounds great.
Appreciate the time.
All right, thanks, Keaton.
All right, head coach Tricia Binford. We're taking a break. We're at Montana's Rib and Chop House, and you're listening to Cat Chat, presented by Learfield.
Ready to build your brand? Think Inc. outside the box for your complete branding solutions. Located in Bozeman, Montana, we offer a full print shop for banners, signs, wraps, trade show booths and graphics, promotional products, and much more. If you can think it, we can ink it. We are a proud supporter and corporate sponsor of the MSU Bobcats. Like us on Facebook to see some of our cat wraps. Ready to build your brand? Think Inc. and call us at 406-922-6462 or visit us on the web at inkoutside.com.
The Gallatin Valley is thriving, and Bozeman is not only a destination for families to live, work, and play, it's also a destination for businesses. The Bozeman Area Chamber of Commerce is a great way to get involved in Bozeman's thriving business community. The Bozeman Chamber Economic Partnership assists existing businesses through expansion, grows new companies in our community, and attracts fresh opportunities for Gallatin County. Bozeman, our community, a jewel among the Northern Rockies. For more information, go to bozemanchamber.com.
Town & Country Foods is a proud supporter of Bobcat Athletics. As a locally owned company, we believe the benefit of buying local helps support the local economies in southwest Montana. Our stores offer great selections of items you need every day, including organics, specialty foods, fresh meats and produce, along with incredible selections from our bakery and deli departments. Town & Country Foods is 100% employee-owned and serves southwest Montana with 8 locations. Visit your local Town & Country Foods today. Go Cats!
Working from home has definitely put home projects into overdrive. New landscaping, gardens, patios, and fences. But if you're digging, you're contacting 811. Utility lines, including Northwestern Energy's, can be buried even just a few inches underground, and hitting one can be dangerous. The best way to keep you, the community, and your contractor crew safe is by having lines properly marked. Make your request online at least 2 full business days before you want to dig at call811.com.
If you're in need of structural engineering for your residential, commercial, or wireless telecommunications project, Ascent Engineering provides comprehensive solutions for your project's success. Ascent Engineering is now serving the Big Sky Country in southwestern Montana. Whether it's a new residential home, new commercial building, long-awaited remodel, covered outdoor living space, retaining wall, or telecommunications tower, Ascent Engineering is your expert at providing forensics, assessments, or designs. Ascent Engineering is a proud supporter of your Montana State Bobcats. Bridger Brewing is home to award-winning locally crafted beer and pizza and is proud to support all things Bobcat sports. Open 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. daily, last beer served at 8 p.m., and located right across from the Brick Breeden Fieldhouse. Stop by after the game today to enjoy a cold pint of beer and a slice of made-from-scratch delicious pizza. Dine-in service and online ordering for takeout are both available. Check out BridgerBrewing.com and at Bridger Brewing on Instagram and Facebook, and stay tuned for updates on our newest adventure in Three Forks, Montana.
We are back at Montana's Rib and Chop House. One final time for Cat Chat. At Montana's Rib and Chop House, they have been serving the Rocky Mountain communities for over 20 years. Our ability to grow has come through our commitment to Rocky Mountain hospitality, a concept which incorporates a casual attitude with our commitment to service, safety, loyalty, and quality food. We hope you'll be our guest at one of our Montana locations soon. Our final segment today, I'm Keaton Gillogly, joined by freshman Ella Johnson. Ella, how we doing?
Good. How are you?
Doing, there we go. One more time. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
There it is. Doing quite well. Excited to be into the rhythm of Big Sky season. How are you holding up? You excited to be back home this week?
Yeah, I am excited. I love playing just at the Brick. Just the environment there is just something like I've never been used to. It's just amazing.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Is that something you saw when you were getting recruited at all? Or
yeah, I heard about like the environment. It was just something. Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty special, no question. And your first Cat Grizz now in the books
yeah.
with a dub.
Yep.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
How did it meet or exceed your expectations?
It exceeded that. Like, I knew it was something different, but like it was just the environment, just seeing everyone there was just so amazing, and like just the support we have. It was just so fun.
Yeah, and cool too. I mean, when you think about here's your first opportunity to extend this home winning streak. It's up to 10 games now.
Yeah.
I mean, they haven't lost since 2014 at home, and that doesn't mean you're going to win the next one.
Yeah.
But, I mean, what grade were you in 2014?
Oh, gosh. I don't even
That'd
know.
be, I guess, about 10 years ago now. So,
yeah, so
age 8 or 9?
Yeah, something like that.
Was that like fourth grade or
yeah,
something?
Yeah, probably.
Okay, so Cats haven't lost at home to the Grizz since you were in like fourth grade.
Yeah.
You have the opportunity to keep that thing rolling, and here we are.
Yeah.
So got through the first Cat Grizz, got the win. Coach Binford kind of mentioned about just trying to make sure you guys in the freshman class was like ready to go. What was the lead up? What was this week like for you?
It was just like more intense. You could tell like how big this game really was, and just the mood and everyone, like it was just so serious. Just like we have to get everything good like before we play them because we had to keep that winning streak going.
Yeah. Okay. So it was super locked in at practice.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like to hear that. And you know, it's kind of interesting too with the freshman class that you guys do have right now. How tight-knit is this big freshman class you guys have?
Oh, we're really tight. You know, we're always going to Miller together, like the dining hall, just doing everything, walking to classes. Yeah, just getting to know each other better and better every day.
Yeah, so it's got to be pretty cool to feel like, you know, here you are, the next generation. Obviously, some great seniors that are showing you what it means to be a Bobcat, but to have that kind of core so you guys can build this thing out for the next 4 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, who stands out? Who are some of the vocal leaders out of this freshman class?
Definitely Natalie. Like, just her being the point guard, but, like, she's just always vocal, she's not scared that she's a freshman to voice her opinion. Like, she knows what she's doing. Like, everyone listens to her, and it's just amazing to see her do that.
Yeah. So she's got to be basically like a sophomore at this point.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. Well, what does make her so good? I mean, we can kind of see it, but the stats do not tell the story of her season at all. What's it like watching her go to work defensively?
Oh, it's just amazing. You know, you can always trust her to defend somebody well, to pick their pocket, get the steals, no matter what it is. Yeah.
Yeah, and then just in terms of her vision, how does she run this offense? What does she see that others can't?
She sees, like, everything, like the open person. She's always getting, like, attacking the lane. Her speed is just incredible. Like, she can beat that defender like one-on-one every time. So yeah,
it's fun to watch. So you got the point guard. Your freshman class here has some good size as well.
Yeah.
What's it like? I mean, you guys all kind of are long, rangy wing type. I mean, does it feel like that's a unique skill set and size that you guys all have?
Yeah, I think so. Especially like the speed we can get out and just run all the time on other people. Like our big, like Leia, she's fast.
Yeah.
It's cool.
So and you and Leia both had red shirts pulled off,
yeah,
right?
we did. Yeah.
Yeah. So what was that conversation like when Coach Ben came to you and said you want to make that choice?
It was kind of cool. Like I was like, okay, this is my time to like step up. Like I obviously talked to my parents about it, and they're like, it's your turn to like just step up and fill in that role. Do what you have to do. Play that role as you need. So it was cool.
So were you nervous about getting out there that first time?
Yeah, I was so nervous, and I still am nervous every time.
Well, I'm sure everybody just heard that. So as soon as you get out there, you'll have a nice big round of applause. That'll warm you up and get you going once we get back home. But, I mean, what did have you nervous? Was it grasping the systems? Was it just not wanting to trip over a shoelace?
Yeah, probably tripping over the lines for sure. But just, like, the different speed of it. Like, obviously we prepared all spring or summer,
through the fall,
just preparing and then finally just actually stepping on that court, playing like other people rather than our team in practices, just like feeling that first game.
Just the jitters and the energy, the intensity of it. Well, and you came, you're from the Minneapolis area-ish, so Elk River, Minnesota. So northwest of Minneapolis,
yes,
kind of?
Yeah.
Okay. And so the -30 snap we just had, that was like old hat for you?
Yeah, nothing like
you were
that.
Just laughing at everybody, no problem.
Yeah, everyone was just cold and was like, where's our gloves? And I was like, it's not too bad. Just put your hands in your pocket.
So you're good. What would now you guys have really a lot of players that are from kind of the northern portion of the state, so they're kind of used to it-ish, but for maybe other athletes or people who are coming up from like Texas, like what would your advice be to them about how to handle -30?
Definitely wear your coat and like your hat. Don't go outside with your like wet hair because that will freeze.
Yes, that's a good one.
Learned that a lot.
Yep, learned that one through experience.
Yep.
I like the saying too, there's no bad weather, just bad clothes.
Yeah.
Just layer up and you'll be all right.
Exactly.
Okay, good. I like that. But what was your high school basketball experience like in that area in Minnesota, right in the heart? They got great Big Ten women's hoops there. So what was your high school basketball experience like?
It was really good. We were going up against like the best athletes, of course, like Tessa Johnson. Our team has played Paige Beckers, like all of them. So it was really cool watching, like growing up watching and going to those games. Obviously, like seeing Paige Beckers just play our girls, and then just guarding and like playing against the other top athletes in Minnesota was obviously so incredible to learn and like just play against.
Yeah. So you played some really high level competition.
We did.
Some of the best women's basketball athletes around there. And how were your crowds when you were in high school? Yeah, right or no?
Not too good.
Not so much.
Nobody came to the women's sports ever.
All right. Well, now you're here in Bozeman,
exactly.
and everybody's
so nice.
coming to that. Well, good. I like to see see that and like to hear that.
Yeah.
All right, finally, here you are. You're a freshman out of high school now. You're the one who's got to wake yourself up in the morning.
Yep.
How you settling in? What are some of your classes like right now?
They're not too bad. I've my senior year I took all online college classes, so I'm really far ahead and used to the college classes, so they're really easy right now to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. What are some of your favorite classes right now?
Probably my Foundations of Exercise Science one. So it's just discovering the different majors I could go in, majors I could go into and stuff. So it's nice.
So you're thinking about something in that exercise science realm?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. What kind of inspired you to go into that? I mean, anything in particular?
I think just playing sports and just being around all of our trainers and everything, I just grew interest in that area.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, great. So you're next up on that list, but we got a few years of some dubs to put together.
Exactly.
All right. Yeah. Well, Ella, appreciate it. Glad to have you guys back home, and I'm sure you're excited to be back in your own bed now.
Yes, of course.
No doubt. All right. Well, Ella Johnson, thank you so much for joining us today, and looking forward to see you on Thursday. All right. Thank you to Coach Logie and Coach Binford. Thank you to Chika Nduka and Ella Johnson. Looking out this week, women's basketball Thursday against Sac State at 7 o'clock. And Portland State on Saturday at 2 o'clock. The men, Sac State at 7 and Portland State at 5 Mountain Time coming up this week. All right, our producer today has been Trevor Nominuk. Appreciate him. This is Keaton Gillogly saying so long. Go Cats. You've been listening to Cat Chat presented by Learfield.